What's going on, everyone? So welcome to my latest video. This is obviously my review for Westworld Season 4. So Westworld Season 4 is 8 episodes long. It is on HBO Max. It is a show that obviously had 3 seasons prior. Season 1 had 10, Season 2 had 10 episodes, and then Season 3 had 8 episodes. So this review, it is right after the Season 4 finale, like literally right after. I was so excited after watching the Season 4 finale that I wanted to quickly get on camera and talk to you guys about my thoughts on Westworld Season 4. Now, I will say this. This is not going to be talking about any spoilers. I hate spoilers with a passion. And also, I'm not going to be talking about like any plot points or anything. None of that. This is just going to be my reaction pretty much about Season 4, as well as my relationship with this show, if you haven't seen my Season 1, 2, and 3 review. So, I'll get into it now about my relationship with this show. So, as you can see with my shirt, I am a pretty big fan of Westworld. Season 1, I own on 4K. I think it's incredible. In my eyes, it's a masterpiece. It's a great first season. I wouldn't change anything about this season, to be honest. And most people do agree with that. Where a lot of people kind of deviate from is Season 2 of Westworld. I know a lot of people that think it's overly complicated, that, it just wasn't that interesting. I personally disagree with both of those assessments. I think it's a masterpiece as well. With Season 1, honestly, I have a difficult time choosing which I like better. It just kind of depends on my mood, but I love how there's even more timelines in this one. And I also like the added layer of emotional resonance that this one gave, especially, episode 8 of Season 2? Holy cow, that was incredible. But the finale also of Season 2 felt a lot like a series finale. And I tell everyone that. Like, it was like, oh my goodness, they ended it like that. That's a great way. You just end it right there. That's amazing. But I love it. And I come back to it just as much as Season 1. I think it's masterfully done. But again, I know that's not a popular opinion. Now, Season 3 of Westworld. I can't lie. So I forgot to mention Season 1 and 2 of Westworld. Every single Sunday at 9 p.m., I would always make sure to be at the TV because I was just so excited to watch both of those. And Season 3 was the same thing, except about episode 5, I would say, of this 8-episode third season is when I started not being as excited. I think it just kind of dawned on me that I wasn't about it as much. Like, I liked the blending of sci-fi and Western ideas. Like, I really thought those genres blended really nicely together. And this one, there's no Wild West. It is just straight up sci-fi. But it's not like smart sci-fi, or at least that's how I perceived it. And I kind of was like, okay, maybe I'm just being too harsh on it. So I did buy it on 4K, and I decided I would give it a second chance. And I did, and I actually liked it even less. Because when I was watching this, I was like, man, like Season 1 and 2, like it was all about the philosophy, the ideas, the themes. But Season 3, it seems like any time that they want to have like an opportunity to do that, it's like, nah, we're just gonna shoot and have questions later. It's like there's just constant barrage of action. And it just was like kind of nauseating, honestly, at least for me personally. And I know some people are like, oh no, Season 3, it's a return to form. Like, it's much better than Season 2. Again, I very much so disagree with that. So by the end of Season 3, I don't want to say I checked out, but I wasn't as excited. Like, I remember when Season 4 trailer dropped, I was like, I don't know. I mean, I'll watch it, of course, but I don't know. And I felt that way too with episode 1 and 2 of Season 4. But then episode 3 dropped of Season 4, and that is when it clicked. Season 4, episode 3 to 8 are outstanding. And I'm not going to lie, I think that if I rewatch episode 1 and 2 of Season 4, I'll like it even more knowing with what happens in episode 3 to 8. Season 4 also, I wanted to mention, is so great that it honestly makes me want to revisit Season 3. Not going to lie, because Season 4, it ties in all 3 seasons. There are a lot of elements of Season 1, 2, and 3 that you'll see in Season 4. And it does so very much so seamlessly. Like, sure, there's not really any, like, Western kind of elements, so to speak. Kind of, I guess. But mostly it is sci-fi. But it's like, it's not like that Season 3 sci-fi where it's kind of like surface-based. No, it is more so about the ideas and themes that I liked about Season 1 and 2. It is more about the characters, the emotional resonance. Like, you really genuinely feel for these characters, both human and robot. I mean, and that's what I love about it. I love that you really feel like you get to know these characters. And honestly, the arcs of all these characters, I personally was very much so satisfied. If I find out tomorrow, which is Monday, that Season 4 is the end, I'm going to be very much so satisfied. I think that the way they ended it was incredible. It ties everything together. And Lisa Joy and Jonathan Nolan, I remember when season one came out that they said that they had a roadmap with how they were going to end this season. And after season three, I said, I don't know about that one. But after watching season four finale, they definitely did have a roadmap because it's very, very obvious that this was carefully crafted and that it was something that they had planned, especially because of the aspect ratios. Like, the aspect ratios was something that was introduced in season two. And by that, I mean that there were a couple different aspect ratio changes, in particular when they went into Sublime. And that is something that I'm glad that they introduced in season two because it made it so that way you understood that you were in like either a different timeline or a different place. And I think that by them introducing that, it gave that finality in season four, like that payoff, so to speak. And I liked that. I liked that quite a bit. But the other thing about season four, the finale, is that I feel like if they were to make a season five, I don't know how they would do it. Again, no spoilers. I really don't know how they would do it and how they would even top it with how they ended it. It's that great. I also wanted to give a huge shout out to the acting, especially Aaron Paul. His performance as Caleb is outstanding. I'm so glad they gave him even more to work with in this season in particular because he was great. Thandie Newton is also incredible as Maeve. I think she did an amazing job. Tessa Thompson also did such a great job as Hale. And I will say this, Tessa Thompson is someone that when I see her in the MCU, I'm like, man, you're phoning this in. Like, what happened to the performances that you gave with like Creed or Westworld season 2? Like, what happened to that? And sure enough, Westworld season 4, she's back to giving that amazing performance. She did an incredible job. Ed Harris is also great as Man in Black and Robo Man in Black. But all these performances are great. You have top notch acting. You have top notch characters, the arcs. But I also wanted to mention the filmmaking. I mentioned briefly about the aspect ratios and how I liked that, but the cinematography is just it's truly great stuff. I don't know why HBO has it where it's like you can only watch it in HD quality despite them shooting it in 4K. But this is definitely one of those seasons of television that I can't wait to grab my hands on, the 4K, because when you watch streaming, it's a lower bit rate, and because it's a lower bit rate, it doesn't look as great. But when you watch Westworld, especially on, let's face it, physical media, it looks 10,000 times better. And I feel like season 4, it looks great on streaming, so I can only imagine what it's going to look like in terms of physical media. Love the uses of color, the lighting, everything just comes to life. And the production design complements that. It complements it very well, given it that, obviously futuristic look, but at the same time, those elements of the past that really kind of make it so that way it feels very lively. The other thing I wanted to mention are the twists and turns. I think that this fourth season, it drops a twist. I believe it was like episode 4 or 5, but it drops it, and it's like a holy cow moment. It was just really good. But the score, my boy Raymond consistently gives incredible scores for TV shows. Whether it's Game of Thrones or Westworld, he knows what he's doing. And I absolutely adored the score for season 4 of Westworld. It's really good. Visual effects are strong, sound mixing, really good stuff. It's top-notch filmmaking that's on display. And I'm glad that we have top-notch filmmaking that's matched by great characters, really interesting storytelling, plotting, and just a lot of themes and messages that are just so heady. And honestly, I'm so glad I stuck with the show. I am. Just end it here. Just end it here. This is such a high note. If you end it here, I'll be happy. I mean, obviously, if there's going to be a fifth season, I'll watch it, but just end it here. It's such a great way to end it. Please. But anyways, guys, Westworld Season 4, I personally will be giving it a... But yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on Westworld Season 4. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think that they should make a fifth season? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, don't forget the subscription, notification bell. Oh, almost forgot. What's your favorite season of Westworld? For me, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Maybe by the time you guys put stuff in the comment section down below, maybe I'll have a decision on what my favorite season of Westworld is. But guys, comment section down below, and as always, thank you very much for watching the subscription, notification bell, and I'll catch you guys later.